Hey, book lovers, welcome back to Shelf Addiction, the podcast where we dive deep into the pages of thriller and fantasy titles. I am your host, Tamara, and today we are breaking down our February buddy read. If you want the full visual experience with zero ads, head on over to Patreon for video episodes, after shows, and bonus content. Supporters can access the same exclusives and after shows right on Spotify, so head on over and check that out. For more bookish banter, join our book community over on the Book Clubs app, and please subscribe and leave a review wherever you're listening. And as always, with our book chats, we talk full spoilers, so spoiler alert, you've been warned. Now, I am thrilled to welcome back my partner in literary crime, Classy, from the Bookish Virtual Assistant. Welcome back, Classy.
Hey there, how are you?
Doing good. It's cold.
Still cold there?
It's cold. Although they tried to say it was going to get to like 39 degrees, but I can't feel it in my house. It still feels cold.
Oh, yeah, we got to 35 and was able to walk the dogs, and they were like, yay!
Oh, yay. I bet they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it was sunny today, though. It was sunny.
It was, yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it was above freezing. I know, isn't that sad? Like,
Yeah.
we're 30 and we're like, yes, it's nice today.
I know. That's the Midwest for you.
Yes.
Lord. Okay, so I've been waiting to hear your thoughts on this. Are you excited to dive into this one?
I am excited to dive. I'm excited to talk to you about it.
Okay.
I won't say dive in, but I'm excited to chat with you about this book.
Okay, girl, me too. Okay, so today we are discussing the book It's Not Her by Mary Kubica. The audiobook is narrated by Jennifer Jill Araya, Brittany Presley, and Gary Tideman. Published on February 3rd, 2026 by Park Row Books and Harlequin Audio. The hardcover is 342 pages, and the unabridged audio is 11 hours and 2 minutes. Classy, would you kindly share the synopsis?
A scream shatters the silence. Courtney Gray's peaceful vacation turns into a nightmare when she discovers her brother and sister-in-law dead in their lakeside cottage. Her niece Reese is missing. Her nephew Wyatt is asleep upstairs, unharmed. A town full of secrets. As police swarm the quiet resort, dark truths about Courtney's family and the town itself begin to surface. Is Reese a victim or the killer? With everyone hiding something, Courtney races to uncover the terrible mystery, but the closer she gets, the harder it is to know who or what to trust. This is a sad synopsis, but anywho.
Okay, so in the interest of full disclosure, we did get paperback arcs of this title. It was really a coincidence because we probably would have done this book anyway because we have liked other books by this author.
Mm-hmm.
But don't get it twisted. We will not hold back because we got these arcs.
No, it's not at all.
So, yeah, now that housekeeping is out the way.
Yes.
High level.
We give honest reviews over here.
Yes, we do, no matter what.
High level. Throughout this book, there was a lot going on and nothing going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt. Like this, you have told me a whole bunch of nothing, basically.
Mm-hmm.
There was, all this chitter chatter about what was happening, but the story wasn't moving forward. Mm-hmm. It was definitely plot driven, but it wasn't moving. I felt like I was on escalator that was just like, or how would I say it? Maybe like that movie device that Spike Lee uses where, the people they look like they're moving, but they're really on like a pulley or like that little, I forget what they call it. But, I just felt like I was just kind of slowly moving through this story, but nothing is, and I'm looking here, I'm looking to the side, and I'm like, but nothing's happening. You are talking a whole bunch of shit, but you haven't told me anything except, yeah. And I'm like, where is the action? It's a crime.
Yeah.
Something has happened here, but nothing, you have not told me anything. And I felt like that until the very end of this story.
That's
and
fair.
not kidding. And I am not kidding. I'm like, And then when it got to that part, I kinda knew,
Mm-hmm.
and the sad part is, like, when you read enough of these stories or when you're an audio person, and
Mm-hmm.
at first listen, I'm like, "Here's all the narrators," and there was
Mm-hmm.
a male narrator, and I'm like, "Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 2 points of view." And then I look at and I was like, "Don't do it, Classy," but, I just couldn't.
That gives
I
it
was
away.
But I'm like, "Where is the male narrator?" And you look at the chapters and it's Detective so and so, and I was like, "God."
Yeah, it gives it away. But I did not look at the narrator, so when I heard the man's voice, I said, "Okay." So, okay, high level when I finished, I was like, "Okay, okay." I was not surprised. It's supposedly, Miss Kubica has been known for these ultimate plot twists in the past, but I kinda think that plot twist kind of fell a little flat for me. Uh, I kinda thought, "Well, that was fine, and if you've been around for a minute, you know what the fuck that means when I say it was fine."
Mhm.
I, yeah, I don't think this is one of her best, not even close. I read better by her, and with
Yeah,
that said, I had so many thoughts about the kids in this book. Like, these fucking kids running around,
like little
wreaking
crime
havoc
snatchers.
on
Yeah,
people's lives,
yeah.
and they think it's funny.
Mhm. Yeah, but, yeah,
Ugh,
I kind of knew something was up too because I felt like the police weren't moving. Even Courtney said, "What are you doing? What are you doing to do?" And, at first it's just like, "Oh, preserve the evidence." But and then I was gonna text you, "Can't trust County," but I didn't. I was like, let's just see what is gonna happen. But, there was no urgency.
no.
You got
Okay,
2
even
people who have been
yes,
murdered.
yes. Even the beginning when she finds them, that whole thing was so slow motion. I'm like, "Where is the urgency? You just find your brother and your friend/sister-in-law on the floor, and you're moving like molasses." I couldn't for the love of God. I would have ran out that house, grabbed them kids by the arm, and yanked their ass and ran back. I couldn't understand why they were moving like that, and if you think someone's in the house,
Right.
why? I could not understand why she was acting like that. I
Yeah,
couldn't.
I couldn't either because 'cause I'm like, all I need to see is one person dead. I ain't gotta
Yeah,
find nobody else. I 1, it's time for us all of us are gone. Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah,
Let's go
exactly.
immediately. So, but yeah, and it was just like, and I know she has to do this for story but still, I feel like, that urgency of somebody's been killed and not just somebody like on the resort. My fucking family has
Yeah,
been murdered
yeah. It felt
and
like a
my niece
throwaway.
saw them.
The poor little girl. So, this also, so the girl comes back. She's clearly got blood on her. And I'm sorry, but this grown ass woman is like Courtney acting kind of like, huh, what's going on? I mean, she just seemed like a little dodo bird to me. The whole
Yeah. Yeah.
first part of the book, I could not understand. You are supposed to be what, 40 something years old?
Yeah. And here's the thing as a mom, like, when anything would happen to the kids, like, you could scream, you can holler, you could cry. Are you bleeding? Once I see blood, it's serious.
Yeah.
And I mean, granted, and not in every occasion, but when I see blood, and
Alarm bells go off.
and that's what, and I don't care if she scraped her, I don't know how the blood got there, but we need to figure out there's blood
And she
and there was
comes
no
back, she's
urgency
not
for the,
talking. I would've been like, "Okay,
she's in shock.
so what happened? Like, she
Mhm.
can't talk to you? Like, snap out of it. Why?"
Girl, I was like, we dealing with a dingbat.
Yeah,
That's why I was like, oh my God. And true to form, she continued to be a dingbat.
yes. And I don't think the author did what she thought she was trying to do with that character acting in that manner. It was more frustrating and annoying than anything. And again, it just moved at a snail's pace. So it was hard to even grasp, how hurt or shocked she was because she was acting so, I don't know, like she was just could have been wandering in the street. I don't know. Not even. Yeah. Yeah.
Go to the front desk.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's.
we don't have a signal. Girl,
They're
it
hurt.
was
Your
it was
kids, they're hurt. Let's just step outside. Let's just stand here. Hold on. Let's just. Oh, let me think.
now you just saw the girl was in shock. We're out of here. Because regardless, now that you know they're dead,
Mm-hmm.
we're gone.
Yeah.
We are gone.
Yeah.
And now that you know they're dead, you 2 and 2 in my brain is like, so now I know why May was looking the way she looked.
Mm-hmm.
So May knows too. I don't need to tell May nothing right now, but May is going to get the picture when we haul an ass
Mm-hmm.
out of this house. I don't
Mm-hmm.
need to say, oh, they're just let's go, girls.
The minute that Cass stepped her ass in that room, I'd have turned around, yanked her little ass, and ran right out. I wouldn't have said not 2 words to her.
Let's go.
Why are we talking? Don't talk to me. Let's get out of here right now.
Yep. We'll talk later.
Hmm?
I don't need to
We don't
explain
have a whole
shit.
conversation trying to explain nothing to no 10-year-old.
No. And then afterward, we find out them little heifers.
Yes.
But anyway.
What a joke. So, okay, yeah. So Courtney, she was the present day POV. So I do like how we alternated between the present and the past, and the author used Reese for the past POV and Courtney for the present POV. So we got to kind of see real time what was happening to find Reese and, the lack thereof, progress and all of that. And then in the past, we got to slowly see it unfold from her point of view.
Right.
So that was good. I think that did help the story that it was told in that way, because we couldn't get both sides without the past tense, I like
Right.
that. That was good. If I
Yeah.
had to compliment something.
Oh, and the other thing is too that I don't know if I could have listened to this whole story from Courtney's POV.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, but yeah, it did help us explain, it helped to explain some of the doubt and the possibility of who that, reasonable doubt of who could have killed the parents, where
Yeah.
it left us wondering. It could have been anybody. It could have been Reese. It could have been XYZ.
It could have been
And,
Wyatt.
yeah. And I did enjoy, Reese's POV of, her brother was a jackass who, did some seedy little things. And, he was an athlete with a expensive bat.
And a really fast and hard swing, which was pointed out.
Yeah.
But I
And
thought that
then,
was obvious. I'm like, nah.
yeah, it
It's
was
not
too
him.
obvious. And then, how she
Mhm.
tried to, blackmail her uncle who found her with the pool boy or whatever, the worker from the resort. And she did place a lot of doubt. And then I want to kill myself and I wish my parents were dead. And
They
but
threw
she
that
was
around liberally.
yeah, they
I
did.
wish you would die. Ah, la, 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 over and over, like different kids saying it. It was like just a throwaway. Who believes anything anymore? Because y'all
No.
just throwing idle threats around on a daily basis.
Yeah. And I mean, we kind of knew it was like, that's what teenagers do. And like you said,
Not all
it was,
teenagers.
yeah, not all. Because I think if I ever said that
Man,
to
my
my
ass would have
mama,
been
I'd have
grass.
been on a milk
Like,
carton.
what?
Oh,
Right.
you want me dead? Want to see
Okay.
who comes up missing?
That's I'm like, that's some other stuff I
Man.
don't know about.
Yeah, there's just some things if I did say it was under my breath
Yes,
and
not
it
loud.
was Man, matter of fact, it probably wasn't even under my breath. I was just thinking of it
Yes.
because my mother probably could hear me saying it under my breath. What you
Yeah,
say? Did I just
exactly.
hear you say?
No.
Just be thinking it in my head. And then she'd be
Exactly.
like telepathic. I know what you thinking. I'm like,
Yeah, exactly.
but
They
yeah.
know, but these parents, I
But
don't know.
in these books, we
Yeah.
know that this is thrown a lot.
Mm.
Or I
Mhm.
hate you, or you're stupid, or leave me alone, or shut the fuck up, or,
Mhm.
she called her parents by their first names. Well, she didn't say it to their face.
No,
But
there's
yeah,
that, so she
yeah.
didn't do that, but
But though, those are just some obvious things that, but it makes for good fodder in a book. Um,
but
but
though, let me ask you though, how far does that go? Because in my opinion, nobody was likable in this book. Not one single character was likable, and that's not necessarily needed, but I needed to at least okay, so if I give Reese the benefit of the doubt because she's the eldest child, right?
Mhm.
And I know sometimes no matter what happens, the eldest child gets blamed. And I know that is true.
Right.
Being an eldest child, it don't matter. It don't matter. You too. You the oldest, you gonna take the blame. Who cares what your sibling is doing to you? You're old.
You're too old. You should know better.
Right. So I kind of at some point had a little bit of feeling for Reese, even though she was a little asshole as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah.
But other than that, all the siblings, the cousin, Cass, the husband, you know, Courtney and her husband, they are trash. Like
Elliot, yeah.
Elliot, I did not like a single one of them. And all of this ridiculous behavior. Yes, it was interesting fodder, I guess. But at one point, I just kind of got tired of it.
Yeah. And when you said that, I'm like, was there anybody that I liked? No. And I think when you asked that question, it's not needed, but in this kind of situation, I believe you may need to like someone to a point where you could possibly trust or believe, like somebody to believe in, um, like hope. And yeah, there was really no one to be hopeful for. And I remember in the story, Courtney said the only people that she can believe who didn't kill Emily and Nolan were the two young
The
girls.
10-year-olds, because they were at a sleepover.
But them little heifers. But
Those little
anyway,
girls. Okay, can I just say, okay, we're not gonna tell you right off the gate what they did.
no,
But
no,
but when I found out what they did, those two would have been grounded until they turned
man,
18. You cannot ever. And then how Reese never knew what they did. I've been like, this what your little sister did with your little cousin. Sit on that.
girl. Ooh,
Reese would hate them for the rest of her entire life.
hell,
Yeah.
yeah. You can't say shit
The
to me.
rest of her natural life. She would hate those two girls.
Don't ask me for shit. Don't look at me. You better be glad our
Right.
parents are dead,
Right.
or I wouldn't.
Mhm.
Mm, like
Mhm.
right now, our parents are dead, and I'm like, so now you got to rely on me and Wyatt.
Mhm.
Wank.
I know,
They're
right?
10, but that's how kids talk to each other. It's probably called her a little bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you little bitch. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, because I know my sister called me one several times. And I called her some too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
But I
I
mean, but yeah, there was really no
yeah.
character in this book that, no one.
Didn't even feel bad for them. Like,
Not
it
even the people that was like on the search squad
no.
looking for her. The one was like, you might as well just face it. Your niece is dead.
Like, damn, that's like, why you gotta say it like that? Like, damn, you rude. I said, wow.
It's like, oh my. What time? Damn, Wisconsin.
Right. They like bout it. Like, I don't care. I'm just gonna say it.
She like, we kind of basically just wasting our time. She
Yeah.
did. I was like, okay. Yeah,
Well,
but there was no one to really like. And I immediately didn't like the woman, Miss Doll, at the resort. What do you mean, Dad? Are you sure, bitch? Do you think I'd be just coming
right.
up here?
No, I just made it up. This for shits and giggles right
We're
now.
just running up here looking like we're stunned for nothing.
Yeah.
But there were some
Yeah.
stupid moments in this book. I think I text you the one where, cause Courtney she was trying to play gumshoe detective,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe my husband did do it. I wasn't sure. Was he in the bed with me or not? Oh my God, there's blood on his shoe. And he was like, it's blood from the fish. I didn't know fish bled.
I know, but he did tell her two different things. First, he said it was from the fish, and then he said maybe he cut himself while he was cleaning the fish. So he did give her two different stories.
But before that, when she said the fish didn't know the fish bled, that was before she figured out he gave her
Yes.
two stories. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, really,
That
girl?
sounds
You
dumb.
didn't
Like,
know
are you
fish.
stupid?
It's a living thing. Mary Kubica, they let you get away with that one.
She got that lady looking so dumb in every way.
I
In
was like,
every way.
that right there, I was like, I'm done. I didn't know fish bled.
I feel like the author was trying so hard to make Elliot look guilty that it
Mm-hmm.
was laughable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, clearly it's not him because you are
No,
trying so
so
hard
hard.
to make her look at him like, and we knew like the whole time because we got Reese's point of view. We knew what he was hiding. We know what
Mm-hmm.
kind of shit he was hiding.
Yeah.
But he was also, the character was doing things that could have alleviated all of that. Like, honestly, why say you didn't hear your sister-in-law say, "I'm gonna talk to you"? He heard it,
Yeah. Yeah.
but he didn't know what she wanted. She didn't say,
No.
but just admit it. And like, why are you
Yeah.
lying about
Yeah.
that?
You're right. Just
Um,
that lie of and it wasn't even a lie of omission. And then how dare you? Well, at first I was going to say, how dare you let that teenager put you in a chokehold like that? But
I still say
that,
that.
but
I would have put her to the test. I said, "Do it, bitch. Do it. Let's see who wins." I would have fought her. I'm like,
yeah,
girl,
because they didn't because she wasn't likable, and
no.
yeah. So, but yeah, I was just like, but he was a lawyer. He's probably afraid of his career. He probably was thinking every worst possible scenario could happen. But my thing is like,
I feel like
let's go to the crossroads.
I feel like if he took it there and didn't let her scare him, it would
Hmm.
have never left that resort
Yeah,
because they would have been like, Reese, you are lying because they don't believe her half the time anyway.
no. But
And
then
especially once he says how he found her and in what situation and with who, they would have been like, oh, we know she's lying.
yeah, yeah. And then and then all of a sudden we see Courtney finds pictures of her.
Now, see, I did feel a little bad for Courtney for that 1 second because she thought about this like wild moment that her and her husband had. And then she turned around and find these photos of her hot, young 17-year-old niece on his tablet.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, wait, that was the day we had that rendezvous in the kitchen. Like, did
And
he?
then remember, Reese said he did look at her creepy one time.
He
And I'm
did.
sorry. I'm sorry. That I believed
And
because
this is what I said in that part. I said, you know what? He's not your uncle. He might be your uncle, but he's not your uncle. Like he is through marriage. So always be leery of the men
mhm,
with the girls.
yeah,
That's not blood.
no.
He might look
But
at her.
yeah, but for her to say that, he kind of looked at her in a way like she's like, yeah, there's always that one creepy uncle in Elliot's mind. So,
Hmm.
so that part, that little seed of doubt that Mary put in there was believable because granted, he didn't do anything to her. And she said, I will say, but she did feel uncomfortable with him.
She did,
You know,
but
she said he was staring at her with the shades on. That's classic.
yeah,
If I got my shades on, can't nobody tell I'm
yeah,
looking at you in a bikini. But that ain't the first time your ass has looked at me.
yeah. I do
Hmm.
believe that, but I don't think she was even close to wanting right to even say that out her mouth.
Mm-mm.
Like,
Mm-mm.
that is a whole if you
Those are
had
2
made
different
those
circus.
accusations to someone and about someone and they did leave the resort, you know what I'm saying? And their parents took you seriously and you didn't come clean, it could have ruined that man's life.
Yeah.
He would have
Yeah.
lost access to his child. He would have been divorced. He probably would have had to give up his
Yeah.
license to practice law. Who knows? I mean, he would be
Mhm.
a registered sex offender because of your lie. And there's no way you can make that be right. There's just no
No.
way.
No, that's
So,
something you can't come back from.
no, you don't play
That's
with
a
that. Like, that is so serious.
no.
And I'm
And
kind of,
all because you
yeah,
got caught with your clothes off. Girl,
got caught with
just
your
chalk it
pants
up.
down, literally.
Yeah, just chalk it up. Shit. I mean, I know your mother was
Yeah.
strict, but yeah, you're right. There weren't any likable characters. Um, in the end, I understood Emily's strictness. Um, but and I almost kind of felt a little sorry for Reese. She was 17 and her mother wasn't allowing her to do anything, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it was like, can I breathe? And then, like, once we kind of hear her point of view, um, with her and her friend Skylar, she was kind of like the outcast, like she didn't really feel like she was a pretty girl. Even though, um,
She was pretty, though.
yeah, but
It was
she
because
had
she
that.
had that thing where she just snap on people and act crazy,
Hmm.
like,
Yeah.
literally, like, where she would get violent, like, she
Well,
kicked
yeah,
a
and she had some
trash can
issues.
across the
Yeah. Yeah. She had little anger issues.
She did. She
Had a
had a
few
lot of
little anger issues.
look, she almost stabbed her brother in the neck.
Okay. He was a jackass, though.
Look,
Okay, I'm sorry. But
look,
no, the knife is a little extreme.
in that moment when he was trying to blackmail her, I said, "He deserves a punch in the face." But
Maybe
she
just a little poke with a
look,
fork. Okay, with a fork. Maybe not a knife.
yeah, but she
Maybe a
went for
fork.
the knife. I said, "Oh, you y'all
Maybe a
fighting.
fork.
Y'all scrapping."
Maybe a fork. Just
Yeah,
to let him know.
yeah. Like, don't threaten me. I will take you out. That's what she did.
I'm just gonna poke you just a little bit, let
Yeah.
you know.
She's
I don't
like,
play.
"I wouldn't have really done it, I don't think."
But just in case, I just need you to know
Yeah.
I don't
Mhm.
play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna get up here and
And I'm
blackmail me.
laughing because I remember the fights my sister and I had, and they
Mm.
were,
Her knockout, drag out.
man.
Mm.
But yeah, she did have some anger issues. But
Mhm.
like she just felt like she was like the outcast. She thought she was the outcast in her friend group
She was.
and in her family group, because she felt like her mother loved Reese and Wyatt, not Reese, May and Wyatt more. And we found out why she felt that, because May almost passed away. Wyatt probably was the golden son, the only son with all these skills. He was smart. He, this and that. And here she is. She probably felt like the black sheep of the family.
Yeah.
So, I kind of felt for her the more we got into the story, her backstory. Um,
Yeah.
so
So I
to a
get
point, and
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
17, you think about, I kind of went back to like my time when I was 17, because that's that little age where you're like, becoming, trying to come into myself. And her mother, and even Courtney mentioned it, that her mother was realizing, that Emily was realizing, hey, this might be my last summer with her
Mhm.
before she goes to school. So I want everything to be perfect. But her mother's perfection was smothering.
So, yeah, that's true. And I've seen the result of smothering parents and what happens when those kids go to college. They get buck wild, because
Yeah.
they're out from up under the thumb of their parents. So that
Mm,
usually backfires. That tends to
it does.
backfire. But I don't know. It's so murky, because yes, I agree with you. Reese had some unfortunate situations, right? She had some
Mhm.
unfortunate things that kind of was like, but you're still kind of a shitty kid, you know, because you talk shit, you try to threaten, blackmail somebody, you trying to do this and do that, and it's like, I guess 2 things can be true, right? You can have a hard life and then turn around and be shitty to other people. Um, yeah, I
So
just
true.
and then the whole thing and again, she's so young, and it came across with, Daniel pretty quickly. The
Oh,
minute she met him, I said, "Wait a minute, this guy, this he does this every time people come to vacation. What do you think this is?" Girl, I knew immediately. I'm like, "Okay," after he asked you how long you're there, I'm like, "Oh, now he's gonna double time on you because he only got
he
so
gonna
much
love
time."
bomber. He gonna
Yes.
love bomber.
He's only got so much time to try to, like, get the draws off, so he's gonna
Yeah,
love bomb you and do all these other things, and then he instantly, almost overnight, became really possessive of
that's
her, and I'm like,
yeah,
"When did this happen?" Like, it happened real fast, so he was,
yeah.
like, triple timing that shit, like, express
But
train.
he was an expert at this. He was a pro at this.
That was his
And,
MO.
I mean, soon as he ragged on her mother, I was like, "Oh,
Mhm, he's not good.
he knows exactly what he's doing because
Mhm,
he's about to get on her good side now." Oh, yeah. My
mhm.
mom is a rah, rah, rah.
Yep.
You know what? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that about your mom. You know, because only you could do that because it's your mom. No, it's okay. And he was like, "Got her. Got her."
He was a pro at
Yeah.
manipulation and that at a high speed rate, and only young girls could fall for that shit. I'm like, "Oh, you
Girl,
young."
when he was doing the, "Why weren't you here on time?" and blah, 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 and she was like, oh my god," and I was
I
like,
know.
"Oh, poor baby. Poor Tink Tink. Poor."
I know, that's what I thought too. I was like, "Wow." I'd be like, "You fucking
Mm,
lucky I'm here at all, bitch. Okay, I'm going back to bed."
just
And then,
so
like, he was giving me the ick the minute we found out. He was, like, looking through the porch at her, you know, before they even met. He was out there looking at her.
you know when he gave me the immediate ick? When he showed up and he was like, "Did you really think I was gonna hurt you?"
Yeah. Yeah.
The hairs on my neck.
Yeah.
Listen to those ladies, gentlemen, those those little signs at those,
'Cause you don't play
spidey
about
senses.
that. Like, why would you even say
No.
that?
Yeah. Like, listen to your body. That gut feeling, it
Mhm.
means yeah, when he said that, like, "Did you really I was just kidding." No, you
No,
weren't.
mm-mm, he wasn't. And he showed
But he
himself
knew she was
later.
so yeah, but he knew she was so green, and she was, she wasn't used to anything. She was just so fresh, and he was like, "Got me one."
Look, not only that, he caught her at the perfect time because she wasn't talking to what she thought was her best friend. She had
Mhm.
no one to talk to.
Yeah.
So she dumped all her shit on him, so he learned a lot about her really fast
Yeah.
and where her
Exactly.
weaknesses were. He learned that very quickly.
Is your mom always like this?
Well, I thought, why would anybody wanna date you? Didn't you say you don't even have anybody that likes you ever? You know, he throwing insults at her. He knows
Man,
she told way too much of her business real fast.
but she's
Young.
17 and he's
Young.
24. And young and dumb. Oh, I
Mhm.
almost said what we used to say back in the day.
Yeah, dumb.
And full of
Yeah, look, I ain't gonna lie, dude. That's how this shit happened. That's how it happened. 'Cause you're just
girl.
so naive. You're
Man,
so
I'll just
green.
say that about this book that it brought back. I was just like, you know how you think like, was I really that dumb? And I was like, no.
I wasn't. No, I wasn't. But I knew
I
friends
might
that
have came
were.
close.
Yeah. I know I fell for some shit,
I know I
but
made it
not
came close,
not
but
like
I
this
reeled that
girl.
shit back in like,
Mm-mm.
nah.
No, 'cause
I I
look,
I see what you're doing.
but we
You
have
almost got
friends
me.
that would we bounce stuff off our friends, and that is where this poor girl, she didn't have no friends to tell
Thank
her,
you,
like,
girl.
what's happening right now?
Yes, because we would get we get on the horn like, girl,
Yeah.
so and so, blah 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 blah. But that show was
Yeah.
like, ooh,
She
yeah,
just I
yeah.
just
He
knew it
did.
was
He got her
bad.
at a really vulnerable time.
He did.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when she saw him with the other girls, literally saying the exact same words to her verbatim, I said, he got a script. He's got a script.
And you had the nerve to confront him.
Yeah.
Just leave.
Yeah.
But again, dumb. But I think the other thing is she thought he was about her age. She didn't realize that he was 24.
No, because
Because he
she
did
never
look young.
said.
Yeah. So she thought he was just another little
Well, she knew
teenage
he
boy.
was old enough to work there. So
Yeah. And I didn't know. Yeah. I wasn't sure like what that age was. I was thinking at least 18. Yeah. But you know what I mean? So yeah. Oh.
he's a predator, because then you find out he's like 24 years old, and this chick is
18.
17.
That's a big age gap.
It is. And
That's a
like Courtney
big.
said, when I was 24, I had done all these had all these experiences. She's still in high school. Like,
Yeah.
dude, that is awful.
Yeah. And it happens more often than not. So,
Yeah.
wow.
And you know what I thought, though? After this thought, we're going to go to break. But you know what I thought? I remember, like you, I was thinking about high school and stuff when you're in your teens. And I know this is true, and I don't know the reason behind it. I don't know why teenage girls do this, but I remember you like the older men when you're young. When you're in the 10th grade, you don't want no 10th grader, you want a senior. When you're a senior, you want a college boy. You don't want no freaking high schooler.
Well,
That's just
as
like
girls, we mature a lot faster than them.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of the stuff that they're on, we're just like,
yeah. For her, probably if like hypothetically, if she thought he was 24, she probably wouldn't have been bothered by it. To be honest, she wouldn't have
because
been.
then she say, what if the girls saw me now or something, she kept saying like, if they would see what I'm doing now, they wouldn't. So yeah.
Which is like,
because he kept telling her, you're hot. Oh my
Yep.
God, you're hot. Ain't nobody, come on. What kid her age is going to tell her how hot she is? And if he is, it's probably when he's got his honor so he can try it, right?
Yeah.
He was telling her she was hot before he even got there.
Yeah. Yep.
So she was just like, holy cow.
Yeah, so she was down for it. She was down for it.
He was already doing foreplay.
Yeah. I was like, but this is a game, girl. You don't see the game. See it. Oh.
He was laying it, boy. He
Poor
was doing
child.
the parlay before the foreplay. He was laying the groundwork. But and she's probably like, oh God, a guy my age, he probably would never say that. He'd probably tell her just before so he can get the pants.
Girl, vacation.
I ain't gonna ever see him again.
Hot boys on vacation, girl. Trouble.
Right? What happened at the resort stays at the resort.
What's crazy? This girl's about to give it up in the woods. She's about to do it. If you guys can see Classy's face right now.
Some lines I just ain't gonna cross.
I'm telling you, why is this funny to me? It is funny. I'm sure the author didn't mean for it to be funny, but it is.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
You ain't got no bed. We can what?
Did you bring a towel or some shit?
Where?
Can we not be on the ground, the dirty ass ground?
You want me to do, huh?
Right. Gross. And after hearing about this guy's place, I'm like, I bet he smelled bad.
When Courtney got in that place, I was just like,
oh God.
And he had to wait. When she said how smelly it was, and I was like, he had the nerve to tell her what? I thought you was. He had the nerve to get mad with me, and you stank if you don't get your ass up. But that's just me. I know. That's just me.
I bet
you
he
got
wasn't
the
even that
nerve to
fine.
talk
He just
crazy
had
to
game.
me, and you stink.
Look, he probably looked like a greasy mess. He probably just had some game. That's all. And he probably just had a pretty face, but he probably stink to the heavens. I can't imagine he wouldn't. And all the girls he's doing every other week, I'm like, he probably got all kind of diseases on that thing. I'm sorry. Girl, ew.
I was like, poor Reese. Poor baby.
Poor
but
child.
that's hindsight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Us as adults, like, you poor thing.
I know. I'm sorry, but as soon as the who and the where,
Oh,
you want me to do
God.
what? I'll say, give you this one little story, and then I know we need to go on break. So I worked in a high school, and we had, you always hear of trysts that happened between the kids, and there was a lot of trysts. So there was this one incident where it was this young girl. She, at the time, it was like, yeah, she was having sex with all these boys. Come to find out, they ran a train on her,
Mm.
and they abused her.
Mm.
But they were doing this in the boys' bath.
Mm.
My
What
God,
the?
today.
Oh, my
My God.
God. Oh, that's scary. That could have been, like, they got caught, right? Like,
Pictures. They were taking
wow.
pictures.
Wow.
And they had taken pictures, and they were doing was it the Polaroids? Yeah. And they had taken pictures and was passing them around the school, and it had got back to security. And
Wow.
that's how they knew where, who, evidence receipts.
Wow.
But I wish somebody would ask me to do that in a public.
Yeah, like, why would you think
You'd
that
have
would be
lost me.
cool? Like, that's
But I
disgusting.
think it was the self-esteem.
I guess we had good self-esteem then,
I
because
think it
I
was just
remember
the
myself
self-esteem.
be at that young. If somebody said that to me, I'm like, "You bullshitting. Get the fuck out of here," because there is no fucking
I
way.
barely wanted to use
Yeah.
the bathroom at school.
Look, I used to have a bladder of steel. Let me tell you, I would hold that shit
Yeah.
all day and run in the house
That's what I'm saying. Like, I
all
barely
day.
wanted to,
Yeah.
let alone
If it
have
was an
you
emergency, I'd have to use it, but I try to hold it.
ask me
Yeah.
to do something like,
I ain't going in no
have you
bathroom. I'm
lost
not
your...
going in no nasty boy's bathroom. You can barely stay in the girl's bathroom. That's disgusting.
Exactly. Urinals? Have you...
Like, you
And they were
tripping.
doing it in the handicap one, because it was more
See,
room.
that is,
Mhm.
yeah, that is low self-esteem. Like, why else would you do that? Why in the world would you think that would be a good idea?
And the thing was, she was a beautiful girl, but I don't think she had self-esteem. She had low self-esteem. Yeah, that's the, like, and that's the mentality. And I think that's kind of how maybe Mary Kubica probably thought this was gonna go. And it kind of did.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, she's
but
different
the
now. Reese is
twist,
different now, though.
yeah, but the twist in this story, oh gosh.
Okay, let's talk about that when we come back.
Okay.
We're going to take a quick break. Check out these commercials. By listening to those, you are supporting the podcast. While you are clicking around, feel free to join us on the Book Clubs app, or even come on over to Patreon and you can see our beautiful faces. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, everyone. We are going to finish the last part of this story, our review.
Yeah.
The reveal. Let's get to the reveal.
Yeah, that part.
What did you think about the reveal?
Gosh. The more I think about it, at first I was like, it was a little contrived. But then because at first I thought it was contrived because I was like, oh my God, Elliot, are you kidding me? You did this, Elliot. And then when they got to the police station and she went to tell the officer the story, and she saw the faces of
Those little two
Cass
girls
and May, and then it hit me. Well, it was just like, because I remember they had played another game on Reese. I can't remember what was the other thing that they had done to Reese.
They had posted an old picture of her on Instagram where she was looking a mess with her old best friend saying, "My bestie."
I think she looked, it wasn't a flattering picture. And she got all these comments and things. And I was just like, oh.
She was so embarrassed, she deleted every single item on her Instagram. She just cleared it out.
Yeah, and then when that happened, I was like, "Oh, this poor girl."
Yeah.
They just added even more trauma to her life.
Honestly, Reese was very good with how she handled those two little girls because I gotta believe any other 17-year-old would have been trying to knock them kids upside their head. Like, we gonna fight because you just embarrassed me
Yeah,
severely.
right, and it wasn't just, like, in front of somebody, you just embarrassed me in front of hundreds
Hmm.
of people, and that kinda stuff doesn't die, like, people you know what I mean?
And
Like,
she already
the
knows that those people kind of talk shit about her now, and you just
Mhm,
added more fuel to the fire
yeah,
by doing that. So
yeah,
you made the situation worse. A
mhm,
situation they didn't even know was happening. They thought it was so funny, and they did like real damage there. And it's
yeah.
like, I would have been, I swear.
Yeah, and like she said, like, her mother felt like the girl her sister could do no wrong, and it was it's like, how do you confront that when you feel like the world is against you? And I just felt even the compassion I kinda felt for Reese, I was like, "Oh, poor girl." Now that that and then this, and then I'm like and then it hit me, "My god, now I know who kidnapped her."
It came immediately. So
Man,
after we found out that those little two bratty girls were the ones taking the photos of her on Elliot's computer, I mean, his little iPad.
tablet, iPad, yeah.
These little kids were going around snapping pictures of her at the pool. They shouldn't have because they were planning, they were plotting the whole time. They
Yeah.
thought it would be so funny to go and post her photo on this missing girls page saying, "Doesn't she look like this girl? And hey, this is where she's staying."
Yeah.
I
And the
said,
whole time, Courtney is thinking her husband did this.
yeah,
Because prior, she saw the picture of Reese on Elliot's iPad she thought it was in a and it was to her in a sexual manner in her bikini with her little cleavage, because
right.
according to and from Courtney's point of view, this picture is taken probably from an angle where he's looking down at her in her bikini with, because she
And the
said, I was
timing
jealous of
aligned.
her.
She
Y-
remembered the day that they had that little thing in the kitchen, and she
Yeah,
said,
that tryst
"Oh, Reese was wearing this at the pool that day."
day.
So she had took it into her brain that he was looking at Reese and then came in and got a quickie from his wife
Mhm,
after looking
thinking
at
of
the
Reese.
yes, yes. That's what she
Yeah,
had interpreted from that
yeah, but the girls were taking pictures,
after
and
he
Reese was
left.
flipping her off,
Yes.
flipping who the photographer off, and come to find out,
It
she
was
was
this
flipping
girl's.
off her cousin and her sister who had
Yes.
taken these pictures.
So they waited until he left. He went up to the house. This is while he was at the house. They were being
Mhm,
little jerks,
mhm,
and they used his iPad without permission and took those
yeah,
photos.
yeah.
The timing was just unfortunate.
Yeah, that was like the perfect storm.
Yeah. And she also had on some stolen jewelry from that little Daniel.
Kylie or something?
Well, he took it from
Yeah, Daniel what the hell? How did he get he stole it
he stole it. He
from
was stealing jewelry from everyone. He was
yes.
breaking into people's homes and taking things. If you remember, um, the police detective was her older brother.
Mhm,
And later he says that he broke into their house and stole stuff. So
mhm.
he stole that piece of jewelry, turned around and gave it to Reese. And so while they're snapping pictures, tee hee ha ha, she's got the necklace on.
Yeah, and the missing girl's parents see this picture,
Yes.
and they're like,
Well, the father.
yeah, the father, and he's like, "Oh my god, it's her, she's wearing the jewelry, it's gotta be her,"
Yeah.
and he
And then
lost
you
his
go and and actually there was a tell there because when Courtney read the post, she said there's a misspelling in here and it was called
mhm,
out. I said, well,
mhm.
and then and then you put an address. You gonna put an address where to find somebody that you gonna dox her on top of it? What did you think would happen?
And
What
I'm
was
like I thought that was really strange. I was like, why would
Yeah.
the dad do something like
He
that?
wouldn't. Like, that made no sense. There was
He
no
was a
rhyme or reason.
lawyer. Yeah. 'Cause I was like, "Oh, she's really trying to put, doubt in the reader's mind."
And that's why I didn't think it was him. I didn't. I said, there's no reason for him to do that.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely none. Even if you made the assumption that he did something to Reese or liked Reese or was looking at
Yeah,
Reese,
that
there
was
was no
extreme.
reason to dox
Yeah,
her. Like,
yeah,
why? What would be the point of that?
yeah. It was so extreme.
Yeah. So the old man, and I don't even think he's that old. I think he's in his 50s, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Although the voice they used had him sounding real
Oh my god, it
old.
sounded like he's like 70.
Right. But I don't think he's that old. I think he's like in
Yeah,
his maybe late 50s,
yeah.
based on how
Right,
old
because
the
the girl
daughter
would be
is.
about 16, did they say? She would be 16 at this point, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe early to mid 50s. So this guy sees the post, and of course, everyone's commenting, "Oh yeah, I see the resemblance." Da, da, da. People are commenting. It probably rubbed him up. He's been looking for his daughter playing armchair detective this whole time,
Yeah.
and so he goes to their cabin, knocks on the door, and it's so unfortunate because Reese and her mother were like reconciling at that point. They were starting to get on the same page. She was starting to understand what her mom was doing, or like it was like a good moment. And she
Yeah.
says to her, "Don't open the door," because she thought
It was
it was
Daniel.
Daniel, but it wasn't. She opens the door, and this man just walks in their house and starts calling her by this other name,
Yeah.
which is kind of interesting because that's where the title comes in. It's not her,
Her.
because he keeps calling her, I forgot the girl's name,
Kylie?
Kylie or whatever. And she's like looking at her mom, like, "Mom, what is this? Like, stop him." Like, he keeps advancing towards her, and she's trying to stop him from getting close to her daughter.
Right.
And then before you know it, it's a struggle. Like, he knocks her down, she gets up. He's
Yeah.
very strong. It's not no decrepit old man. He's very strong.
Mm-mm. Yeah,
And then
and he's like, "My daughter's missing." He's yeah.
he thinks he's rescuing this girl from kidnappers, even though she's like, "I don't know you. Help, mom. What is going on?" At
Yeah.
that point, I couldn't understand why her ass wasn't screaming, why they both weren't screaming, because the father could have ran
Yeah.
downstairs. Why were they not screaming? Why was it so quiet? Why was this whole interaction so quiet? I could not
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah.
Um, if someone came in and started doing that and I was trying to stop them, my voice would naturally raise. I think I would have been like, "Back up." I'd have been yelling. Someone would have heard me.
Yeah.
There's no way. So that kind of didn't connect for me
Yeah, not
either.
right. We're not being kind.
No. Yeah. And it felt like she was trying to like literally stop this man from grabbing her daughter. So, which he did, like, put his hands on her, like, trying to grab her, and she's,
Mhm.
like, panicking, and the mom's panicking, and before you know it, it's, like, this tussle, and this man picks up see, and this is what's crazy. It's like, on one hand, you kind of understand he thinks he's taking his daughter from kidnappers. He's, like, in a haze or something. He's, like, not even looking at her good. He's not even looking at Reese very well.
Yeah.
But you got the woman's down. She's down. Why did you come and bash her on the head after that? The woman's
Yeah.
down. She wasn't getting up.
Yeah.
Take your kid and leave. Why do you have to kill her? And then when the dad comes down, he go in there and take him out too. I'm like, what the? That was crazy.
Yeah. He probably just had so many the girl's been missing for 5 years. He probably just all I could think of is the pent-up anger of all this time, and you guys had my daughter in his mind.
See, and that still, I feel like the wife's reaction made sense to me, not the husband. Because it was only 5 years. A person can't change in the face that much in 5 years. They
Yeah.
can't.
But the
The
distortion of just that,
I don't care.
it
Like,
could
you
be
trying
her.
to yank someone out, and I know things happen quick. That happened quick. But
Yeah.
my God, the mother sees her and immediately says, "Who is that?" Immediately. She's not like, "Oh, she immediately.
Right, she was like, "Maybe?"
No, she wasn't even maybeing. She was
Nope.
like, "Who
No,
the
I
hell's
said,
that?"
yeah, that's what I was saying. She wasn't like that. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know how some people like, it could be, they
Mm-mm.
do, they got the same eyes or they have, It was like,
No. And if
Harpo, who this woman?
and think about it, I'm sure he was staring at that photo for a while before he went over there. It's not like he saw the photo, jumped in his car, and went immediately. You looking at
See,
the
he could have
photo,
played the insane. Like, hey, I saw it. I
I
saw the
don't know.
necklace and I just
I just lost all
assumed,
common sense. My brain just left me. Like,
yeah,
it's not possible that someone else could have had this necklace. I mean, he went over there, murdered people, kidnapped this girl, and then after he realizes, "Shit, that's not our daughter."
we have to fix this.
Yeah, what are we gonna do with her? Throw her in the fucking basement.
Yeah. Yeah, because I just didn't
Sell her.
kill two people. She's like, what did you do?
And you got
Yeah.
me up here drinking tea in your kitchen. You got this little girl in the basement. My niece in the basement. I would.
Yeah. It was crazy. Crazy times in this
I
story.
could not. I could not. But it seemed, I don't know. It's fun. It's like interesting to talk about it. But in that moment, I'm like, I
Yeah, it
still
wasn't
feel like,
interesting while reading it.
it doesn't connect all the way. Like, how could this guy just be so so delulu? Like, yes, he was tired. He's been looking for 5 years, but that just seems so extreme. So
Yeah.
extreme. Like, she looks different. She's saying, "I don't know you." She's calling this other chick mom. It was 5 years, dude. She wasn't stolen at one.
No. But you know what I also thought of as a reader and a possibility that Mary was trying to um portray in this book is children who have been kidnapped, who believe their kidnapper to be their parent. So even
Yeah,
though, where they'll say, I think it was like a couple years ago where it was a black girl. She was taken as a baby
right,
and she was like, this is my mom, even though it was proven that that wasn't her mother, but she still, because of that,
right.
like, Stockholm syndrome, and that's why I was
So
thinking, like,
that's where the author messed up to me. They should have made her
mm,
younger, but that wouldn't have played
mm,
into the motive of the actual true killer.
yeah,
But that's what I'm saying. She's 11. You're not going to convince an 11-year-old that I'm your parent. That's too old. It can't
yeah.
happen.
Yeah, because that time spent, that some kind of recognition would have come into play.
Yeah.
That, it's like all of a sudden you're like, "Whoa, something."
Not an 11-year-old. There's no
Yeah.
way. Like,
So
that's what
I think that's
if
what
you
she was
aged her
trying.
younger, I could believe
Yeah.
it. Maybe if she was 6 or 7,
Yeah, them
maybe.
formative years, but yeah, 11, yeah, that's a long time to be with your parents and not, um, recognize them. That, like, if something has happened
Yeah.
where, like, I'll just say JC Dugard, like, the time that she was kidnapped. So when her parents came, she's gonna immediately know, and I can't remember how old JC was. Granted,
Mhm.
she might have been, like, early teens maybe,
Mhm.
but, like, once she's rescued and her parents come, she's gonna immediately know,
Mhm.
"That's my mom."
Yeah.
It might
Yeah.
take a little time, but, it's that recognition.
Mhm.
But I think that's possibly what, Mary was trying to.
I love how you give the benefit of the doubt. I love how you do that.
I always try to play devil's advocate because
Girl,
my thing is like, why did you I mean, I don't get it, but that's my only rational thinking is, how did this get past editors and readers? You know what I mean? Like, for me, like you and I no.
look, I
But
am
somebody had to have thought, "Well, maybe this is what
look,
she's trying to do."
honestly, I think it's as basic as this thing we've talked about before, is sometimes when an author gets to a certain level, they trust them more and they just let shit fly.
And they know their readers are they're gonna buy the book.
They
So
don't,
here's
yeah.
yeah.
They don't get the
That
hard edit like they should get.
mm-mm. Nope. Because regardless, you're gonna have "Oh, this Mary Kubica, they're gonna buy her stuff.
Mhm.
We'll take the chances later." What do they say? "Do it now, ask for forgiveness later. Ask for permission, whatever, and forgiveness later." But yeah, that's what I think. Because she is a popular author. She's an auto buy for some people. They're excited to get her book. You're gonna buy it, and then granted, the ratings are gonna go down, but how many books have sold?
See, this is the thing. I think sometimes also, and I agree, I think that is the primary reason she didn't get the edit she probably should have gotten. But 2 more reasons is, like, I know sometimes this author is known for the twist, right? So she's
Mhm.
trying so hard to make a twist that
Yeah,
is twisty enough that she makes kinda like she shoves a square peg into a round hole trying to make it work.
yeah.
Like, it doesn't quite work, but whatever. It's a big enough twist that people will overlook it.
Yeah, and you made a comment, and I meant to say something about it, and I felt like I was in a time warp with you because I felt like you made that same comment with this book that you did with She's Not Sorry. Because you know how sometimes you're like, "I've heard this before.
Mhm.
I've heard Tamara say this before," and I believe you said the same thing, and I can't remember what the comment was. I wish I would've, like, wrote it down about She's Not Sorry.
Mm.
Because again, she did. And this was again with a daughter and a mother, or a daughter and a father. I can't remember, but it was that little twisty kind of thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think so too. Where she's just known for that twist, and if she doesn't have it, I'll just try my damnedest to do it, but not thinking through it logically. But let's throw everything against the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I felt that she probably thought, we'll do this. And then you throw in the social media, and then you throw, all that little stuff. Here you got these little 10-year-old girls, and the mother let them just do this. Uh, but yeah.
Yeah. So I realized that, like I remember one of the very first books that I really liked from her was The Good Girl.
Hmm.
And she had a really good twist there, but it was also kind of similar in the twist where someone that's really innocent female victim kind of thing. She does that archetype type a lot in her books.
Yeah.
Um, so I think this book was kind of playing in that similar territory. Maybe she was trying to like revive that a little bit, a troubled teen victim or, I don't know. I feel like maybe she was headed for something like that, but it didn't like pay off.
Yeah.
Also the nice guy, right? So I think in The Good Girl, if I remember correctly, the villain was actually like a nice guy suspect. And then
Is this the
here,
one in the high school?
no, I
No.
think this was the one where it's been a long time since I read
Oh,
that.
I'm looking at it. It was an
But I,
on again, off again boyfriend relationship. Okay.
yeah, but it
And
was
this was her first book too.
okay. And
I
I think
believe it was her first book.
it was, I think the main leading character, maybe her name was Mia or something,
Yep,
but
Mia.
she ended up setting up the guy. We thought it was the guy doing stuff to her, but the
That's
whole
it.
time it was a long
And it was in
game.
a cabin. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Yep,
So I feel like, she's still using that
that
like
trope or
same
that
trope, that archetype of a girl.
that yeah.
Um that's similar and also the nice guy kind of thing. Like now it's the cop, right? The cop was supposed to be this good guy, but now he's
And
the
that's
bad
what he said
guy.
at the end, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, so I guess there are some comparisons to be had with across her books, like how she
Mhm.
writes them.
Yeah, because She's Not Sorry, you had the good nurse,
Mhm.
um, Book a Woman Missing, you
Mm,
had the good neighbor.
mhm.
Yep, yep, yep. So, yeah, these are her. It's not the trope, I can't remember what they call that. But yeah, I know what you're saying, and I know exactly what you mean. That's her little tactic, or her little,
She keeps recycling it in slightly different ways.
mhm. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah. Like, I mean, she's used the bad seed trope before like she did here.
mhm.
Um
Yep.
She's spent a
Even
lot of
in yeah, She's Not Sorry was you could almost say bad seed a little bit because they tried to yeah.
yeah. So
Mhm.
I don't know.
I know. I am almost like I think I might be done with you, Mary. Like,
Yeah,
like it's and then not to say that it's a bad thing. I think what I'll say about when I say I'm done with you, Mary, is I think like I got where you're going, Mary, and I'm done. Like I already like
we
because it's like
understand the story you are trying to deliver. It's
yeah,
just
and you're gonna keep
different
delivering in
flavors
a
of the same story.
yeah, and I'm gonna figure it out, and it's not gonna be fun anymore. And not to say that that doesn't work for some people, because you're gonna have people. This might be their first Mary Kubica book because she's not doing series. These are all standalones. You know what I
Correct.
mean? So people might not go back and read The Good Girl,
Mhm.
where that's our first time we read her debut novel, and we were like, "Oh my god, this is so good."
Mhm.
And I think that's the thing where I think a lot of people don't get is like when you've read other stuff, so you because there's certain errors where this is the end thing. Everybody's writing about XYZ. So this is the year of, you'll say, the bad seed.
Yeah.
So you've read all that. So now we're in 2026 and it's like, ugh. I'll just use the example of The Last Mrs. Parrish. So The Last Mrs. Parrish, I can't remember what book do they try and compare The Last Mrs. Parrish with in today's time? Damn it. Because when we read it, I'm like, this is like a Frida McFadden book. I can't remember which one it was. And I was like, wow, does this feel like a Frida McFadden book? Well, come to find out, The Last Mrs. Parrish was wrote way before Frida McFadden.
Mhm.
But if nobody, and see, we went back and read The Last Mrs. Parrish. But people who had read The Last Mrs. Parrish are reading Frida like, that ain't nothing.
Mhm.
Have you read the Last Mrs. Parrish? But that's a good thing about books because you have people who are only just coming into reading in today's time or, this
Yeah.
era, and they don't get it. So Mary may be good for new readers or people who just love her stuff. But now I'm just like, I
If
know
you
your
just want the
formula.
same thing, like you said, Frida McFadden, you like the same thing, you want watch, repeat over and over and over,
Yeah.
then this might be for you.
Yep. I know your formula. But I'm like now, like, I know your formula. I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking for and it's not a bad thing. It's just not for me. I'm looking for somebody who's going to give me something a little different.
Like, I
And
think
some
about her last book, Local Woman Missing. I thought
that
that
was different.
yeah, that is why I was like, "Oh, maybe, this could be" that was a little off the beaten path, and it was
Hmm.
explosive on the onset. I was like, "What is
Yeah.
this?" And that
Yeah.
that came out with such a large, like I said, explosion in the beginning. This came out like a whisper. I'm like, "What is happening?" It's so
Yeah.
slow.
It was just so much going. She talked I felt like it was a long ass lecture, and at the end she gave, like, okay, this is what happened. It was just on and on and on and on. And I'm like, when we gonna get to the good part? You want to talk about slow burn? This was a fucking slow.
Yeah, and I feel like there were things that weren't the loop wasn't closed on. So, for
Yeah.
example, the whole intermittent explosive disorder that Reese had. Like, I kind of
Mm,
wanted something else about that. I don't know. I kind of wanted her to murder old boy with her explosive disorder.
girl, that's what I
um,
was hoping. That
y-
knife cinch.
yeah, like
I was hoping that was his.
she could have stabbed him to death. I mean, she almost
I
came.
was hoping.
Yeah, it wasn't. And then also, like, even with the brother, you're gonna introduce like the sleepwalking
Oh,
and the violence that he was capable of, and that the fact
yeah.
that he is a natural born liar. This kid lies. You introduce those things about this 14-year-old. It's like
And
he could have
dropped
been the
them.
bad seed. Shit. And then you just drop it. So like there were things
Yeah.
I don't
And
know
I'd have woke
how.
his ass up when he pissed in the corner.
Look, all I
I'm
gotta
sorry.
say is I
No
hate to
sleeping it
say it,
out.
but their parents are the worst. You got 3 horrible children. You got 3 bad acting children.
This is why
What's the
gentle
constant
parenting
here?
doesn't
It's the
work.
parents. The parents are the constant.
Yeah, gentle parenting doesn't work in all
How you turn
situations.
out with 3 little kids that act
It's
crazy?
3 little shits.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What did you
I'd
do?
have woke his ass up.
I agree. But
What
you
the
know what? She was
fuck?
scared she'd get slapped in the face again if she tried to
And
wake
guess
him up.
what? Before I wake him, I'm having something in my hand.
I would have turned around and said, "Husband, he's
Or
over
I'd have
there."
threw something at him to wake him up. He over there pissing at the hotel.
Feel like he legitimately is a sleepwalker, but I feel like he also could have been lying about part of being asleep.
Yeah. Well, we
So,
found out that she gave him an Ambien and not a Benadryl, but
yes,
still. But yeah, but he is a liar.
he lied
Yep.
about selling drugs, he lied about gambling, he lied about selling her freaking stuff in the basement, her
Mhm.
mother's, grandmother's, whatever, silverware.
That's what
He
happens when you don't whoop. I won't say whoop. Whooping isn't for everything, but not disciplining and teaching them at a younger age. You let them get to that age, and then it's hard to say no or you shouldn't do this,
you
little
spend all
Johnny.
your time on focusing on one child, the other one just slipped right by.
Yeah. Mm.
I don't know. All these kids were horrible.
I'd have snatched up a
The
kid a long time.
I would give Courtney's daughter a pass because I feel like she was influenced by the other girl because Courtney's daughter didn't seem that bad. It was that other little badass girl. I feel like it was her. She came from the family with the bad
Brittany's
seeds.
daughter was the one that created the damn um social media
They did
page.
it together.
No. Remember, Courtney said that she let her daughter create either a Facebook page or Instagram page and told her you can only friend
Mhm.
your siblings. I mean, not your siblings, your family members and nobody else, and don't make it make it private. The little girl made it public. She was following over 500 people. So like I felt like she was yeah, she was a little shit too. But again, it was the parents. Like, you guys weren't watching your kids. But
But
yeah,
see,
they
that's
both made that page, but
the
Cass
post.
was savvy too when it came to social media. And she, so granted she might have been influenced by yeah, Cass created that page, remember?
You mean the
Re-
post?
No, not the post. Remember, like at towards the end of the story, Courtney said she's at fault too because she let Cass um create her own social media page. She's like, I know I shouldn't have, but I let her do it. But I said, she gave her some stipulations and the little girl didn't follow the rules.
Okay.
She wind up, I think she said she wind up having she was following like 500 people
Yeah, but
and
I feel like that's one thing, but to go under your father's account
yeah,
to post that was they did that together.
yeah. But I'm saying is that not to say she was so influenced by May. I'm saying she was smart too. She was
She
pretty
was.
tech savvy,
But then
you
that
know.
makes it even more worse because
Mhm.
if you're tech savvy, you're using the internet, you're familiar with social media, then a 10-year-old or 11-year-old, you know not to dox someone online. You know that. In 2025 or whatever time this is set, it's
Yep.
present day.
Yeah. Because
Why would you
remember
put an address on there?
yeah, yeah. Because even Reese said that her mom didn't think May knew anything about social media.
See,
So
another
here's my
stupid.
thing.
She's stupid.
So here's my thing. So if the mother thought she didn't know, and May and Cass are only like 5 weeks apart, who do you think she really got to know about social media?
Hmm.
Her cousin,
Mm-hmm.
the one who created this social media page that her mama let her do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was like, I don't know
Well,
who was
maybe not.
influencing who. I think they might have
I
been
don't
tit
know.
for tat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably were pacing each other for it,
Mhm.
honestly. But I don't
Yeah.
understand how, and again, like just things that don't connect in the end. You have 2 10-year-olds old enough to understand what they did. You put this address on the internet. That led to 2 murders.
Yeah.
and a kidnapping and you have no consequences, I don't care if
No
you are
repercussion.
10.
Yeah, no
You
repercussion.
have to understand what you have done.
Yeah. This
Uh,
wasn't no little simple thing
And
like you embarrassed your sister.
no, if they're Courtney Star's like, "We get to go home?" I'm like, "Bitch, your ass should not what are you talking about?" Like, it
Y'all
was
should be in
another
juvie.
yeah, like, this is just another day, and you're
Yeah.
excited to go home.
Yeah.
Do you understand what you caused? I was so dissatisfied with that.
Yeah, that part I was, because I was like, where's justice?
That was
Where
some
is the justice?
BS. I did not like that at all.
Yeah. No, I didn't like
I
that at
did
all.
not
Because
like
I
it.
was like, "Wait, I'm waiting and waiting.
Mhm,
Nothing?"
mhm. Yeah, and
But
then the
but
final
then
twist
yeah.
oh, go ahead.
No, no, no.
Oh, so the final twist of it all is the police officer slash detective, I don't know what his level is, he's a young detective then,
Mhm.
um, he actually was the one that killed the original girl, Kylie,
Kylie, yeah.
because Kylie was making fun of her his little sister was the friend that Kylie was visiting. They always hung out. She always talked shit about him,
Mhm.
as girls do.
Yeah.
After this incident, the sister comes and says, "Kylie liked you." He like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, duh. That's why she's picking
Mhm.
on you because she liked
Yeah.
you."
That's why she teased you.
But he ran her down in the street and buried her. And turns out, the lady at the resort thought it was the other loser because
Daniel.
they all have the same tattoo. They ran in
Tattoo.
a little gang, 4 of them.
The white cobras.
Right. And he just hides his tattoo so no one knew
Mhm.
he had it.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
after
in the
that, he
middle of the
wanted to
night
be a good guy after that.
yeah. Yeah, because in the middle of the night, she saw somebody digging up digging a grave in the cemetery that nobody visited,
Mhm.
and she said she watched for hours. I'm like, "How I'm not watching nobody dig a
Call the
grave for
police.
hours."
She saw it, and she thought it was the other kid, she promised the mother that she would look after
I'm
her
sorry, I'm not
son.
watching you for an hour
No.
dig a grave
And then her dumb ass goes over there, flattens the soil,
and lays grass seed
lays
on top.
grass. Like, you need to go to jail. Straight
Again,
to
all
jail.
this unbelievable crap. But you know what? Here's the thing. I know life is stranger than fiction. I got a feeling that somebody probably has done some stupid shit like this.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
No. Oh, well,
Alright, I think let's rate it. We've complained enough. Would you like to go first?
I feel bad because I'm like, I should have gave our other book a 2, but I didn't.
You're like, "I can't go back." No.
Damn. I'm giving this a 2.
Woof. Okay, you
I
did it.
felt like it was just, yeah, I'm just gonna do it because it just went on and on and on and on and on. And nothing really happened to me for me. So 2.
So, I originally thought I was gonna give it a 2, but Imma give it a 3 only because of the fucking entertainment value of this conversation. The
Good for you.
hilarity that this is like, I
What came out of this?
Yeah, so the book wasn't great, but it was so fun chopping it down to size, it earned another star.
Good for you. I should have did that with our last book, but I
Yeah.
digress.
Um,
Um,
so this was and, for me, 3s are fine. I'm not, I'm not, being a
recommending
drum
it.
major for this book. It ain't that good,
No.
but it's not the worst thing I ever read either.
No. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't. Okay, so maybe I could give it a 3. Okay, I'll give it a 3. It wasn't. But I just, when you did say that, I did enjoy the 2 POVs.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. I will give it a 3. But she did. She went on, and it didn't really get, to be honest, folks, it didn't really get interesting until 90 something percent. And that's sad.
Mhm.
That's really bad.
Yeah, it is bad. That's not
I
great.
mean, that's just like somebody just going on and on and on for fucking 11 hours
Yeah, it's not
of
great.
nothing.
Yeah. The audiobook was pretty good, though. I did speed it up, though, but the narrators were pretty good.
Yeah, I got it up to 1.7 on Audible.
Mhm,
So, yeah,
mhm. Yeah. Okay, that's it. We're done with It's Not Her, another one for the books.
yeah. That's it. I don't have
Yikes.
nothing else to say.
Yeah, me neither. I don't either. It's, mm,
It's a
you know,
sad day. Yeah, sorry, Mary. I think I got your formula and I'm okay. I think some new reader needs to fall in love with Mary.
yes, I
And
agree.
we were really hopeful
We
because I
were.
mean, the ratings still are pretty high.
Mhm,
People love this.
mhm.
And we are of the unpopular opinion usually. So,
Yeah, I agree.
okay, so I'll give it a 3. I'll take it up a notch. Our conversation was fun though.
I know, we always have a good time. It's always
Yeah.
so much fun, even if the book is sucky.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so that's good. So I guess you guys join us on book clubs. Come over, talk about this with us. Because you still have time to join before we have this discussion. Because I think, again, we are always in the minority when it comes to like our opinions on some of these books. It is what it is. So come over, let us know. I want to know what you think. It's going to be a good conversation. I know our group, and we're going to have a time. All right, that is it. We're going to call it. So just remember, leave comments, leave us a review. And last but not least, keep your TBR high and your spoilers tagged. See you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Did you enjoy today's episode? If so, please head over to Apple Podcast or Spotify and leave a positive 5-star review. It's a simple action that makes a big difference. You can also like this episode on your favorite podcast player or share it with your fellow bookworm friends on social media. Joining the Shelf Addiction Patreon family is another way to support us. For as little as $2 a month, you can help our team create even more amazing bookish content. If Patreon isn't your thing, consider becoming a supporter on the Spreaker app for just $5 a month and gain access to exclusive audio-only content. You can find me everywhere, including Instagram, X, and TikTok under the handle Shelf Addiction. Join our book club of the same name on the book club's website and app, where we discuss all things bookish and more in a safe space. The Shelf Addiction podcast is a part of the Nerdy Maven Network. Thanks for tuning in.